Howdy everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're taking it easy, we're kicking back and just relaxing and looking around here in multiplayer on Layton Lake. Now ahead of us we've got some whitetail. It is currently dead in the center of... Ooh, there's a little coyote. It's dead center of whitetail drinking time. So for right now we're going to look at whitetail, but we might move on to some blacktail, maybe some coyote, maybe some black bear, maybe some elk. It just depends on what I'm wanting to do today. We're slowing down a little bit because we've been on the lookout for more species that we don't have diamonds of already. We're already halfway there to having 1 diamond of every species in the game. So why not take a breather for a little bit? You know what I mean? I'm not seeing anything too spectacular here except for maybe that level 2 whitetail out there that maxes out at 222. So I think maybe that'll be our first target for today. So to get this job done, let me show you what I got. I have with me today the 22 Hornet instead of the 22 LR. I have the Quist Reaper 76239. For range, I have the Johansson 450. And for the bigger species like the black bear on this map, I have the Vulgarda 375. Let's get started. Whoa, actually, there's some pretty nice bucks over here. Nothing too big, unfortunately, especially these ones here in the middle. But I am liking the way that this 205 looks, but the one behind him I think is a little bit bigger. He's still not as big as the one across the lake from us. That's what we want. That's another buck that maxes out at 222. And if we shoot that one, it's not going to spook the 222 that's over there. Wait a second. I think the 222 that's over here is a lot bigger. Look at that one. Look how tiny. Holy shit. That's a Hall of Shamer for sure. Well, it doesn't look like he's wanting to step out. I've been waiting here for a minute, waiting for him to make a move, so I guess I'll go ahead and pull the trigger. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay, well, I ended up taking out another smaller buck instead of the one we wanted, but I do think we made a decent shot on 222. If not, that's okay. I don't see any extra pressure here, so I don't think he's going to go down. Whatever, there's plenty of other bucks out here to take a look at. Like, there's 187 here. 214 doesn't look super bad. 222 has made his way all the way out there in the open. I don't know how I feel about taking a frontal shot from this far away. There's a couple of does out here. They had a smaller buck with them. There he is, 210. I think our best bet would have to be the other 222, unfortunately. If I can just sink that in, maybe... Might have been just a little too low. Oh, that hit him. I think that hit him good. Well, I mean, there's still more bucks out here, so it looks like 187 might want to run and hide, but 214's out here. I'm still gonna 0 for 328 just to be sure. That was right in the armpit. Oh yeah, that was good. $3. Let's go get him. Well, it looks like we did accidentally take the Hall of Shamer, and that's not on purpose. We were just perfectly aligned with the bottom neck there, the lower neck, as he was getting up to run away, and kind of just nailed him. Man, he's definitely a looker, isn't he? Well, there is a bit of a nicer buck out there at 213. The other bucks are coming back, so if I want to make a good shot, I need to do it like yesterday. Oh, that was a hard shot if I've ever seen one. His rack appears to be a little bit far apart, like they really branch out, so I don't think he's going to score nearly as nicely as he looked. Here's the first buck down here on the water's edge. 189 point... that's probably one of the wimpier bucks. Anyway, 189.17. He was just barely under gold, like less than 10 points off. In fact, that was less than that, less than 5 points off. We were able to take him down from 300 yards away, even though it was just a little bit too far back and a little bit too high. We were still able to take out both lungs. This guy, I have no doubt, was a heart shot. 178.4, heart and right lung. It was dadgum. This was the angle we had from right here, and we were able to go right through the heart there, the top left corner of it, and still able to tickle the right lung there. I would have sworn it was just straight up a heart shot, but thankfully in white-tailed deer, all you have to do is just barely touch the heart. If you move through the heart at all, no matter what other organs you take out with it, they'll go right down. There's the wimpier buck that was with these does over here. I guess he wouldn't hurt. And a little high. No. That was not a double lung. That was a spine shot for sure. I keep forgetting that the Johansson just straight up does the job from any distance, and I don't have to accommodate nearly as much as I normally would have if I were using like the 243 or the 308, etc. Now, this is the buck that I took that far-off shot on, I'm pretty sure. I don't know where I hit him, but it had to have been vital. No shot. 376.62 yards. Just barely into the right lung. We just barely accommodated for distance. And he wasn't even a gold. He was less than a full point away from gold. Hell, he was under... No, he would have been .14. He would have been .14 away from gold. That is such a shame. What a buck to waste a shot like that on. And last but not least, here's Puny Buck that was with the does. Oh, I was right. We were still able to hit the double lung, though. I was right. It was a spine shot. I knew it was too high. That's kind of wild. He scored 183.86, so he's definitely not the best kind of buck to put in your lodge, but he'll do, I suppose. So we've moved locations here, and we're on the river, and there's a couple pretty nice coyotes out there, but there's also a nice level 4 moose out there. No, that's not him. The level 4 is over here. He has a max of 254, so he's nowhere near diamond, but he's a pretty nice moose. But I think I want this coyote instead. I already have a diamond coyote, but it would be cool... Oh, shit. To have another... Oh, make the follow-up shot. Damn it, I missed. I shot him in the ass. Well, he definitely started bleeding out. He's definitely going down, so we'll pick him up, but... I mean, that's a shame. I didn't have the breath to hold to do a follow-up shot like I normally would, and that sucks. Anyway, as for our coyote... Oh, we didn't even shoot him in the ass. We shot him in the leg from 300 yards away. Yeah, no wonder. But even still, look at that. A bone shot from the Quist Reaper from 300 yards was still enough for him to bleed out and die. I guess we must have cut an artery or something. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense. He definitely would have been a gold at 51.84. Diamond is 56.87 for coyotes, so he would have been a really nice trophy to have. It is what it is, but we'll keep moving, and hopefully we'll find something even bigger. Well, hi there, pretty thing. It's about time you got out of here. Anyway, directly ahead of us here, we've got another small group of white-tailed deer, and we have a pretty decent-sized buck out here. Maximum of 265. Now, if I'm not mistaken, 255 is diamond for whitetail. So I think he has a chance of making it, but his rack isn't reminiscent of that of, like, diamond whitetail. We're still going to give it a shot, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Well, I mean, I will when I take the shot, obviously. But I'm not going to hold my breath about him making diamond. I'm not going to be able to see him super well once we get to the edge of the water, so I think what I'm going to do is that right there. I think that'll work. I've also found yet another small herd of deer. There's a buck there with a max of 227, one with a max of 189 rather, and one with a max of 223. So again, nothing super duper impeccable or impressive. And then over here we have a small group of does alongside one small little whitetail with a max of 155. I think we're going to leave both of those herds alone for right now, at least until I can get my eyes on this buck right here. Let's see what we got going on, big guy. That's what I figured. 231.39. That is a great score. A brilliant score for whitetail. Diamond is 255.09. He was very much so over 20 points off, but his maximum estimate excited me. I knew he wasn't going to make diamond, especially with a spread as far out as this was. His tines are delicious, though, I will admit. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, let me find 227 over here and see if we can't make an educated decision. There's 189, there's 223. I can't seem to locate 227 unless he's all the way out in the sticks there. Listen, seeing might be believing, but I've already seen him, and now he's nowhere to be found. Maybe he knew I was talking shit. There he is. Okay. So then what I can do is I can inch in a little bit closer. We're going to try to take home 227. He's not going to be anywhere near close to that 227 mark, but a good deer is a good deer. There's 227. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, I need her to move her head again. God, I really can't see them. Oh, did someone notice me? Because they're moving away now. Maybe it's after drink time. Oh, that was a nice shot. I don't know who I hit there, but it definitely wasn't big guy. That was a nice shot, though. Before I go looking for anything else, yeah, it's just after 12, so their drink time is unfortunately up. I am thinking about changing the time since I am lobby leader here now. But I wonder what we're going to look at next. We haven't went out and sought after Roosevelt elk in a really, really long time. So why don't we go and look at elk after this? Here's big old 227 in all his glory. That's what I thought. 171.48. We were lucky to hit the liver. I guess we didn't aim far enough ahead while he was moving for it to like move into the lungs there, but that's perfectly fine. He was only a silver. The other buck definitely didn't get too far from where we shot him. He scored even higher than 227. This was 223, I'm pretty sure it was. His score was 194.79, so he is just barely above gold. And I mean, when you look at his rack, good God almighty, it's a wonder how he made gold. Look how skinny and wiry and just like way out there. Like they're so wide set. You know what I mean? And there's not much holding it either. Not much holding these little tines up either. We also hit liver on this guy from 230, I'll say 235 yards away. We're definitely not aiming as far ahead as we should, but they've been good target practice, so hopefully we won't make these same mistakes when we move into elk. Well, maybe the elk hunt will have to wait a while. I just reset the time. It's roughly 5:30 in the morning. I was heading towards the river to look for elk, and I stumbled across a max weight whitetail track. I think I want to know what's on the other end of it. There were some whitetail here to my left, but these tracks head in this direction, so if I find them, I will update you, and hopefully it'll be something super cool. Is that him? Yep, that's him. Well, 231 ain't that bad. Now, if only I could get a clear shot on him. If I can just get him to slow down. I mean, he's right there. Oh. Oh, a little high. I don't know if that was vital or not, but he's definitely down. I was getting a little worried there. His tracks kept skipping. Like, I'd go several yards, in fact, without seeing another one of his tracks. And then I'd find, like, disturbed vegetation, and then I'd find a walking track, and they'd be, like, several yards between each other. But we've got him down now. Okay. The text looks like we hit an amalgamation of pretty much everything. Like, everything on his upper half, at least. But the first shot wasn't so good. The second shot was just the tiniest little bit better there. We were able to get both lungs, even if it was just a little is an understatement, but a little too far forward. Now, he only scored 216, so at best, he's a mid-gold. Not mid, like middle. Mid as in, like, whatever. You know what I mean? He's a 216. We've definitely killed bigger bucks while we've been here. So let's just get a move on, and hopefully there will be some elk left for us to look at. Now, since we went on a little rat race with whitetail there for a moment, we don't have a lot of time left in elk drinking time, unfortunately. But we do have this very pretty level 3 out here right in front of us. I've not spotted any other... Ooh, I lied. I have spotted some more elk. They are from pretty far out, so I don't think it'll hurt them if I take a shot on this 3. I really hope this isn't just a zone full of females. We are also, for some reason, surrounded, and I mean surrounded, by black bear drinking out here. So this is a very popular spot for black bear, should you choose to find them in Layton. I don't know where those shots landed, but that definitely wasn't very pretty. And he's not going down either. I think we're just going to let that roll. We're going to keep the ball rolling. If he's going to die, then he can lay down and die somewhere over there. We might go pick him up later, but he's definitely not a focal point now. Alright, I think we have the chance to redeem ourselves here. There's a level 3 out here that tops out at 301. I'm going to do my best to get as close as I can to him without scaring him, and I'm going to see if I can't make a good shot. The last shot on a male elk that we made was rather disappointing, and we don't need to replicate that here. Whoa! Ma'am, you scared the shit out of me! Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, we can't afford to keep making mistakes like that, so let's try to do the right thing this time. The first time. Now, this angle isn't necessarily the most optimal, but there's enough of a broadside shot here for me to nail him. I don't know about the second shot there, but the first one definitely should at the very least be lung. I'm looking... Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. So he did go down rather quickly. I'm going to run over here and see where we hit him. At the very least, there should be 1 vital blood and 1 maybe non-vital. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least. Oh, yeah. 1 vital, 1 non-vital. We did a lot better this time. I see another black bear all the way out there. I don't know when they start and stop drinking on Layton, but I do know they appear to be very late leavers. Like, it can be late into their drink time before they move on. At least I've seen in some cases. Anyways, silver at 263.89. Man, just maybe just barely 10 points over gold, somewhere in there maybe. Really disappointing, but he's only a level 3. They get a lot bigger than this, so we have that to look forward to. In terms of the shot, it was a little too far forward, and a little is putting it lightly. We definitely should have been a lot more back here in, like, the stomach region. That way it would have snuck into the back of the lung there. Definitely a lot more bone in that shot than I would have liked, but at least we took him down. Now, do my eyes deceive me, or is that a melanistic female? Actually, I think I'll use the Valgarda on this one, just to ensure that, I mean, she'll go down, but she's a little too dark to be a normal fur type, right? Or is that just like a shadow over her? I can't tell. Oh yeah, she's definitely going down. She's not going anywhere. Looking at her made me feel really crazy because I could still see the line where, like, you know how they're really dark around the neck until you get to the shoulders and then they're a little brighter? But she was far too dark, unless she was like that dark brown fur type, because I know they can be kind of dark all over, but they're not normally that dark, I don't think. Yeah, she's melanistic. Oh, that's unmistakable now that she's out in the light. Just look at that. See, I thought she was a brown, but in the shadows. But I saw her herd mates, and I knew she looked a little different. Definitely going to get a picture of this for the Insta Lodge, which you can find down below in the description. Any photography, harvest screens, trophy shots just like this that I take while I'm playing the game gets posted to Instagram first. Now, without further ado, I was so right. That's a melanistic Rosie. Man, that's so cool. You know how long it's been since I found a rare elk? Well, let me rephrase this. It wasn't that long ago that I found a albino male and female Rocky Mountain elk. It's been a long, long time since I've found a rare Rosie. So, this is an incredible trophy. Man, I won't lie. That, like, I'm geeking right now. That was cool. I hope this luck persists. I hope we can keep up the pace here and find lots of cool shit. Holy herd, Batman. That is a large, large, large group of female elk. Now, I'm not in the market for another cow elk unless she's definitely of the rare variety, and I'm not seeing any rares here. This one right here, though, that looks like a funny Rosie. I don't think I want him that bad, though. There's a coyote here, but I don't think I want her either unless she is of some kind of rare variety, which I highly doubt. Rare coyotes are very, very, very hard to find. Oh my god, you won't believe what I just found over here, guys. I knew there was something cool out here. I called it. I knew it. So, a herd of cows, elk cows, just passed right by me, but there's a small herd of bulls just right behind them here. That bull has a max of 444. Now, diamond for Roosevelt elk is 380, somewhere in that spectrum, somewhere around that area. So he has a minimum of 372. I think he could make it. If he makes it, I don't think it'll be by much, but I think he'll make it. The kicker, however, is getting to a decent spot because he's surrounded by males, for one, but two, he's quartered to us, just drinking down there at the edge of the water. I don't have anything that could distract him or make him move without scaring him off. So this is going to be a bit of a bind to get ourselves into, but I'm willing to take this risk. Oh, I see them. That's the 4. That's the 3. So the 5 is right there, right? Okay, so he didn't move from his original spot. The 4 just came out into the open to drink, which sucks. He's in my way, and I don't have a collar. I don't have a way to distract them, and I'm far too close to even attempt anything distracting, because at that point, especially the level 5, well, they'll all just run up. They'll just all get up and run off. I might have a shot at a lung from right here. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and take him too. That way, if I don't get the level 5, I got the level 4, the next highest scoring for tax. Tax and emotional damage. It doesn't look like either one of them got very far, so very funny, very interesting, very cool. I don't think that's our level 5, but I'm going to pick him up first. I think our level 5 is floating to us in the water there. What was that? Something just passed out through here. I don't know what that was. Was that a coyote? No, it was a black-tailed deer. Oh well, I'm getting distracted. Let me see here. This was level 4 at 305.6. We were able to... wow, we just barely missed the heart there. We were just barely able to get by it. But we did get both lungs, so at least we have that big old bull to take home with us. Well, do we? I don't think I have any rosies in the new gold lodge. I guess it wouldn't hurt. Our diamond's trying to float away from us. I was busy picking up that level 4, and he's going to come right over here. I don't think this makes for a very good picture, but I'm going to try. In case you didn't hear, I have an Insta Lodge where I post photos of trophies and harvest screens. If that's something you're interested in, check the link in the description. You can find all kinds of other harvest screenshots and in-game photography there. I think that one screenshot will have to do because he's not going to stop floating. He's just going to keep going down yonder. Yes! 413.96. I think he's bigger than my legacy rack elk. That is so crazy. I haven't found another one of these in a long time. I think actually this is my second only ever diamond rosie. It's been years since I've seen one of these with my own 2 eyes, so very cool. And the best part is I can rest easy knowing that I can take my time with this and look at things without getting kicked because I'm the lobby leader. I'm the lobby leader. I was really scared that I was going to miss a vital shot there on him. I was terrified, actually. But it looks like from that angle, we were just square dab in the center of that lung there, even through the scapula with the Vulgarda. I'm telling you, man, that gun is reliable as shit. Overall, the shot was just a little sketchy, but it worked out in the end. I knew there was something cool out here. Now that we've found our diamond elk, we've accomplished our goal of finding something cool when looking for elk. We found 2 cool elk. We're moving on now to blacktail. We're here at the Mushroom Lake on Layton, and last time we were here, not only did we find a diamond here on our map, but I helped my younger brother find a diamond blacktail on his map through a guided hunt. And I've got a pretty nice looking blacktail here to my right, and I've also got a level 3 ahead of us that I'd like to take home as well. So I'm going to try to make this quick if I can get a decent shot in on him. If I can just get him to come out in the open and turn, he's mine. I shot a rock. I'm going to scare that off too, ain't I? Well, we hit him there. Was that enough? It was not enough. That didn't even hit him at all. He will go down. I guess we'll go pick him up and see where we went wrong. I mean, I know where we went wrong. He was moving, and I was panicking because I wasn't making shots. We're going to pick him up and see what happened anyway. Well, we got a medium bleed rate, so maybe I hit a non-vital organ? Yeah, I hit the vertebrae, which wasn't even a non-vital. It was just the bone. I aimed way too high. Way too high. He was 132.49, so he wouldn't have even been a gold. He would have been a rat's fart under gold, but that's still not good enough for me. We only want the best of the best of the best, you know what I mean? So, I'm not crying over spilled milk. We'll let him go. I'm sure we'll find something nicer. Ahead of us now, at the lake next door to the Mushroom Lake, at least one of the lakes next door, I've already spotted another herd of black-tailed deer, and hopefully we can have some better luck with this one. We can make a lot more slower, educated decisions, because there's a lot of really nice black-tailed deer out here. Now, diamond for blacktail is 177.5, so a lot of these deer over here are not even eligible, not even close, and that's perfectly fine with me. However, this level 4 here has a max of 175, and I think he's the closest to it. There's one here with a max of 121, there's 139, 154, 162, 134, yikes, 127, yikes. There's 148, 138, and 172. So there's a lot of close but no cigar blacktail over here. There's another level 4 out there that has a max of 166. Usually there's 2 or 3 herds of blacktail drinking out here, at least on my map, so maybe there's some behind these trees here that I'm not able to spot just yet. Yeah, here's a blacktail buck with a max of 139. Very small, very puny, but there's always at least like 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 zones out here for blacktail. And there's a nervous level 2 rosy elk out here. It sucks for him. He's going to keep living, so I guess it sucks for us more than him. Because we've already hit our jackpot. We've already found our diamond. So, he's going to live, and we're going to take out a couple of these blacktail. Too far back. There's 175. think we aimed a little too far forward on that one. I'm out of ammo. I gotta reload. He's gonna get away, I think. Ooh, I got him! Okay. Crisis averted. We got him. Now, 139 over there is virtually unaffected, and so is 166. So I think it's safe for me to run around here, pick up these bucks, and see if we can't take home at least one of those. It's probably going to be 166, because 130-something is definitely not on an optimal score range for me, at least. Actually, while we're here, do y'all think I could hit that? Hell yeah, I did. Okay, cool. All right, here's buck number 1 from this lake. 148.97. Bear in mind, he had a maximum estimate of 172. The first shot wasn't super great. That would have sucked if he had just gotten off scot-free just like that. But we were able to take out the heart and both lungs upon the second shot from 143.5 yards away. So, not bad. We cleaned it up pretty well. Here's 175. It does look like we made a pretty decent follow-up shot, but I'm not too sure if... What? Why is he less than half a mile away from me? Anyway. It looks like we made a decent follow-up shot, but we might have spinal shot this one. No, actually, we hit the liver and the right lung on the second shot, and he scored 168.54. So he was a lot higher up on his score, determined by his estimate there. He had an estimate maxed out at 175, for example. The last one scored way lower in the 140s, even though he had a max estimate of 175, or 172, if I can remember. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. Brother man, I don't know why you're calling. You know I'm out here. Everything that's in this area is gone by now, buddy. Here's the last buck we'll take from this lake. He was a level 4 that maxed out at 166. Oh, I spine shot him. Oh, that's no good. From 328 yards, no less. He would have been 142.07, which would have unfortunately been a pretty mid-sized gold. That's a bummer. But we've shot bigger bucks. It's all good. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, as I said before. He's just target practice, and he's good money at least. That's almost $1,000. So I will take it. Now, we have just under 2 hours, barely just under 2 hours, to walk around this here lake to see what we can find. I'm already getting warning called, or I guess fleeing called by a coyote in the area, but I've also already spotted some blacktail already out here. Now, there's a lot of bucks out here. There's a male here, a level 4 with a max of 163. There's 136, 139, 159. There's 158. There's those guys. I don't see anybody else directly along this little water's edge here just yet. Well, now I do. Just one little male here with a max of 118. How puny. Did I just see a level 1 blacktail with a max of 80? I thought that was a doe. His antlers were so tiny. I think what we're gonna do then, where's level 4? Where's our big boy? There's 159. Okay, there we go. There's the biggest one with a max of 163. I think what I'm gonna try to do is get into a better position here and see if I can't knock him down where he's standing out there. The other blacktail don't really matter all that much to me. Let me... Oh yeah, he's dead. Okay, yeah, we got both the level 4s. The only other player in my lobby has found a melanistic animal, but then says he has to go. So I hope that he tells me what it is and where to find it. There's blacktail back there that I didn't really get a chance to look at because I was running, but I'm perfectly content with that. I have 2 big blacktail bucks to pick up down here anyways. Oh, there's more blacktail down here. Just a level 2 male. Again, we are pretty far out, so they might spawn in more once we get closer. There's another level 2 male. So there's going to be much, much more to look at once we get closer to them over there. For right now, I am going to pick up the bucks that we do have. Buck number 1, 146.82. From 333 yards, we nailed that double lung shot, even from an elevated distance. We were higher up on the hill, and we still shot down into the vital organs. Very nice. Here's our second buck. 149. So they were very, very, very close in score. Not bad. Now from 300 and almost 360 yards away, we barely got into that lung there. Man, we were lucky. The second shot was awful. We ended up hitting him in the hind there, but that's perfectly content with me since we nailed that first vital shot. Yeah, there's really nothing else out here except for these females, and there's a couple wimpy bucks out here that I don't really want. So I think we're just going to say goodbye to them for right now. Besides, my friend, before he's left the server, thank God for him, Daniel, if you ever see this, muchos gracias, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. There's another melanistic male. There's a melanistic male elk in this area up here. He said he saw it from his position, and it was up here in this pressure patch, but he had to leave. So I think what we can do... Ooh! I think what we can do to end our video today on is go out there and try to find a melanistic male elk before it gets a little too dark to see. Okay, we've made it to Daniel's spot. And he was facing... Was it this direction? Yes, he was facing this direction. Are these the tracks that he was talking about? No, but that says piebald. Piebald what? Oh, shit! That's a piebald moose! I've never had a piebald moose. Let's go. Okay, well, I'm definitely keeping that. Is this moose a male or a female? A piebald male moose. Oh my god, that's so cool. Let's go. Okay. Well, now we have two things to do before we go today. We have to take out a piebald moose, and we have to take out a melanistic male elk. Daniel, I swear by you, if there are no Daniel defenders left on Earth, I am dead. Oh, that's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. That's him. You can't see anything but a giant white ass, and that pisses me off because he's beautiful. But if I can get him to stand up, or if I can get a decent shot on him at a decent angle, then I will do my best. But where we're in the dark here, it's going to be a little harder to see. Oh, he's dying. How is he dying? Daniel. Oh, no, buddy. I haven't seen any blood tracks from him, so... I think we should be fine, if I'm being honest. I think we should be okay. I don't think he's just going to drop dead on me. At least I hope not. For the life of me, he won't turn. I'm up and walking, and he's not turning. What is this bullshit? Stubborn fucking moose. That'll do him in. I see Vital there. I think we saved the harvest. And my dog just ran right through his corpse and came out of his ass. Man, he's gorgeous. God, he's so pretty. Since it's dark, though, the camera is a little dismal here, but I'm still going to try my best. All right, let's see here. Oh, he barely... Well, I'm not going to say barely, but he was, like, just over the organs. I see what he was trying to do. He was just a little bit too close to the center. You know, just a little too close to the spine. I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to shoot Vital through the back. So, I understand the vision. It just wasn't executed very well. But I think I saved it with this shot here. And I barely, if I had been any more to the left there, it would have been out of bounds. It would have been caught in the flesh. He scored 212.3. He was a gold. Gold standard is 194.09. And diamond is 274.99. Level 4 gold piebald moose from Layton Lake. Oh, you've got to be joking. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm out here looking for that melanistic elk. I've reset the time, and I'm trying to go... Wow, that's another big one. And I'm trying to go around at all the other elk zones that I would have, or elk zones that would be on this map, trying to find this melanistic, and I come across this big guy. He's guaranteed to be diamond. 393 is his minimum, and 380 is diamond for Rosy Elk. What is happening? What kind of gold mine did I stumble upon? Well... we know what to do. That was at least one Vital. We had to do that last time, too. Well, at least this one's on solid ground, so we can get a decent picture for the Insta-Lodge. Check that link in the description if you want to see some pretty pictures. You know what I mean? Alright, let's get up here and get this out of the way. 394? I don't even really know what to say. This is huge. This is easily my biggest Layton hunt ever. The biggest Layton hunt that I've had in years. And I'm telling you now, this is the kind of thing that, like, if I were to just go out of my way to tell somebody this happened, they would never believe me. I'm so glad I got all of this on camera while I had the chance, because, oh my god, nobody would believe me. This is insane. 1 melanistic and 2 diamonds down, and we're still missing 1 melanistic male, so... let's try our best to maximize the amount of time we have left and try our best to find that fucking melanistic. I've not seen hide or hair of him anywhere. Now, for the life of me, I've not been able to find this melanistic elk that Daniel was talking about. I'm sure it's on here. I'm not calling him a liar, but I'm certainly not calling him a truther. Either way, I'm giving up. I've been at this for, like, hours. This session alone has been several hours in the making. So, I'm giving up here. So, that being said, if you like what you've seen, leave a like, subscribe if you want, ring the dinner bell for notifications next time I go live or next time there's a new upload. I do have an Insta Lodge. I have mentioned it quite a couple times here on this video. You can find that down in the description. Any harvest screenshots, additional photography, etc., any kind of photos that I take while I play the game, you can find there first. I also have a TikTok that is linked down below. Any additional content from Call of the Wild that doesn't quite make it into my videos gets posted to my TikTok as well. Last but not least, I do have a Twitch. I do stream Call of the Wild from time to time. It is down below in the description as well. It's Xanderism with 2 eyes on Twitch. I would love to see you there if you'd like to watch me live. Anywho, this has been a very, 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 very exciting session. I have never in all my years of playing Call of the Wild, I have never lucked out this well in multiplayer. So, I'm very, very, very glad to have caught it on camera, and I'm so, so glad that you were here with me today to see it all. Thank you so much for hunting with me today. It was a pleasure to see you again. Let's get together again soon. And with that, roll the tape, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, one parting gift that I'll leave you with. Did you know the Pope was a bouncer before he became the Pope? God rest his soul, the Pope passed away very recently, and I just wanted to make it a point to tell you that if the Pope can be a bouncer and still be the Pope, then you can amount to anything and everything you've ever dreamed of and more, despite your mistakes, despite any misdoings or unconventional hobbies or employment opportunities. You can achieve literally anything. The world is your oyster, no matter who says what. Because if the Pope can be a bouncer and still be the Pope, you can go out and be whoever you want to be. Anyway, for real this time, roll the tape, and I'll see you next time. Hey there, thanks again for watching my video. If you'd like, you can select the link to my right to subscribe today, or if you're looking for more Xander content, you can select the links to the left of me to watch even more of my videos. Or if you'd like to keep in touch, you can check out the links below and find me on all your other favorite social platforms. And with that, it was great to see you again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time.